This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro and the lovely. And today, sunny, rolling green hills of southern middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have in the Bedford County Schools Superintendent Dr. Tammy Garrett to talk about things going on in the second largest employer here in Bedford County with 20% of our population in a school Monday through Friday. Dr. Garrett loves it when I remind her of all that.
No stress.
No stress at all, because we're talking about 10,000 people. And that sounds like a number I just threw out, but it's about 10,000 people when you include staff and students,
yes,
right?
Yes, it is. We have about 9,100 students and about going on 1,300.
You know what?
employees.
It's over 10,000
yes,
now.
It is.
Let me adjust what I say every time. Over 10,000 people in the school system. But anyway, I tell you what, we're going to start out. And for those of you who don't know it, Dr. Garrett's a sports fanatic. I think that's is it a good way to put it, Dr.
That
Garrett?
is a good way to put it. I do love my sport.
Well, you played high school sports too,
I
right?
did. Love it. Love it.
But anyway, I know that the state is looking at some reclassifications, right? Is that going to affect any of the Bedford County schools?
It will. I believe Community and Cascade will go up to 3A and 6A in football for Shelbyville Central, which is not a good thing.
Playing with the big boys, right?
Yeah.
And girls. I mean, yeah, that's going to be very competitive, right?
It is. And the TSSAA did something a little different. Differently this time. They pulled a couple of different months instead of self-reporting. We used to self-report. So, if kids didn't show up.
Talking about the number of students in the school.
Number of students in the school.
Because that's how the divisions are based on, right?
They are.
The student population, right?
Yes, but we are a little concerned with our 6A because Shelbyville Central will be one of the smallest schools in that division.
By far.
Yeah, so you'll be playing with Maryville, with Oakland, with
Riverdale.
Some of those large
all the big schools that have a couple thousand students, right?
Yes, and if you look at our demographics, and we have a large population of students who've just come into the country, non-English speaking, and we feel it's kind of a disadvantage to be in that 6A when we really don't have the 1,600 to pull from that are going to play.
Because I assume the reason they base it on that is because your talent pool or your pool to pull players from is a lot larger, right?
Yes, and
normally
they feel that, hey, all 1,600 are eligible to play.
That would be no.
Right.
That'd be a hard no.
We're looking at, trying to appeal that.
I was going to say, is there an appeal process
There is an appeal process. I've heard that the demographics will not be approved. So our best bet, and Charlie Pope, the principal there, has been all over this. So he has been communicating with TSSAA. Okay. We do have a representative, Grant Swallows. He is the director of schools in Warren County. He is our representative. So I would
at TSSAA?
Yes, our board representative for this area. Right. So if it is a concern of the public, I would encourage them to write him. You can email him and say, hey, could we take another look at this classification? Or our hope is that they look at the regions and possibly get us in a region that we could be competitive with. For example, before when we were in 6A, we were in that Oakland region.
I remember playing them.
And then
I go back a long ways, Dr. Garrett.
We're hoping maybe to get in the Williamson County schools that some of those are not as large and we could compete with.
So, folks, if this is something you're interested in, the Warren County School Superintendent,
yes,
you can Google that. Google Warren County Schools, Tennessee, and I guarantee his email address will be there.
Yes,
and send him a polite and objective email on wanting to appeal. Is that correct?
Yes, we would appreciate that support. Maybe they'll take another look at that, and because if you think about where we were when we were in 6A, we didn't have very many wins, and since we've gone into 5A, we've been very successful. So, but hey, we'll deal with it and prepare to play.
There's no doubt in my mind, one way or the other. But we do want to see some what I would term fundamental fairness.
Yes,
on being able to do that.
Yes, and we think the demographics of the school and the ability to try out and play should be factored in.
I know that you started sports back in the elementary schools. We've talked about that before on your show. I don't know what time of year. Is it both basketball and soccer now? Both? They're in elementary? I know you have basketball.
Yes, we have elementary basketball. We have elementary soccer, and I have been presented with wanting a flag football. So we'll take a look at that and see what we can do for flag football.
Hey, folks, Dr. Garrett says she's going to look at it. She's going to look at it, especially if it's sports, I guarantee you. So I just think it's, I've commented many times, what a great thing for helping with ownership and identity at schools. I mean, sports, learning to play as a member of a team.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's part of the education process, too.
And it brings your community together. You learn a lot of things through sports and how to be respectful, how to play together, how to work hard, how to persevere, how to develop skills. It carries on into the workplace.
And it's probably better for you as an individual or as the student instead of sitting playing on a video game all afternoon.
Exactly.
Be out there running around and having a good time.
Exactly. And getting into things other than not having anything to do. When kids don't have anything to do, they get in trouble. And they, out here being violent with guns or drugs or things like that. I want to try to give them opportunities that are productive.
Keep them engaged.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate what you and the school system have done to bring sports back into the elementary schools. It's fun.
It is fun
watching all that happen. But anyhow, I tell you what, I know you guys I always call you a construction manager.
Yes,
you are.
I have some help.
Yeah, well, I know you do. But with the growing population, especially in the city of Shelbyville, it's just a fact that you have to constantly take a look at different things. But I know one of the things that you guys have been really working hard at and is the Career Technical Education Program, the old VOTEC school, as people may call it, at our high schools, and really expanding the offerings in the high schools. And, of course, with that needs to come facilities. So where are you guys at on that?
We are presenting tonight plans for our CTE building. If you remember, we were doing a beef production facility at Cascade High School. We have the plans drawn up. We had to do a master plan. We didn't want to put any buildings on the site that would mess up athletic facilities because it is our dream that one day, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it is our dream to one day have those facilities at our high schools.
At Cascade.
At Cascade.
For those that are listening, that don't know, when Cascade High School was built, the athletic fields did not move with it. The athletic fields are at the middle school.
Correct.
Which is maybe, half a mile away or so.
Yeah, and at community high school as well.
Oh, that's right. Same.
Same situation.
Yep.
So what we did was we created a master plan, and we have had generous donors across this county.
Good support, huh?
Good support. I had a call last night with another donor that wanted to do something with athletics and donate a lot of money. So we wanted a master plan that if we could get corporate sponsors or individuals to donate, that we could start putting some fields out. So we did that. So the buildings that we are going to put at Community and Cascade for their career and technical education, those plans will come before the board tonight. And at Community, if you remember, we'll be building tiny houses in a workshop. But we made sure that geotech studies were done, and it took a while, but hopefully we can see that construction start soon.
And both those facilities are going to actually go at the high schools, right?
Yes.
Versus back where
that
everything else is at. Well, and that the barn or the beef production facility, a lot of people don't realize we're one of the largest beef producing counties in the state of Tennessee. So what a great program to have right here as well. And, of course, construction is booming in Bedford County. So having that program out at Community, folks, it's a great way for our high school students to get those skill sets because a lot of them do not go on to college or need to, and they can get very good jobs, well paying, just going through the CTE programs.
Yes.
I know you've expanded some other programs as well in CTE.
At Shelbyville Central, we have a state-of-the-art culinary arts program. We renovated the kitchen there.
You want to explain culinary arts to some of our listening audience?
Yes, it's training these students to be bakers and chefs.
Yeah.
But also, we seek to do high-demand, high-wage jobs. And so we also teach them that business management side. So if they wanted to open a catering business, they have those business skills to go with the cooking skills.
That's fantastic. fantastic because, I remember when I was in business school at UT, the one stat I've always remembered, I don't remember a lot of the rest of it, but I remembered 9 out of 10 small businesses fail within the first 12 months, and usually it's because they've got a really great product or something, but they don't have the skill sets on the business operations side.
Yes.
So I'm glad to hear you guys are doing that.
And we're doing the same thing at Cascade and Community. At Community, with the tiny houses, we will do the construction management. So if you had a construction company, you also have the business side, because you, just like you said, we want you to be successful in your business along with the skills. The other thing that we're looking at expanding is our welding program. You wouldn't believe how many students want to do welding. It's a high demand, high wage job.
It truly, and it's a really acquired skill set. I mean, you got to really know what you're doing to do it right.
Yes. So I've been working with TCAT to see when they build their new facility if I could purchase their old equipment so we can expand our program. So we're all the time looking to see what we could do and best utilize our money. Like our CTE buildings came from state grants, so we always are looking and seeking grants so we can give our kids as many opportunities as possible.
Fantastic. I know you've got some other construction projects going on as well involving Thomas School and Liberty School as well.
Yes, Thomas is on track to be finished in December of 2024, and Liberty...
That would be the month after next.
Yes.
That's very soon.
Yes, it is. So we can get those students in there. We have our furniture all bought and ready to go, and then in Liberty, they'll be ready in January of 2025.
That's crazy how fast those projects moved out, and of course the Liberty project especially, I know, will help alleviate at some point when you guys are able to work through the logistics the rest of our, at least for now, the rest of our portable classrooms, which I know we still have some at Southside.
Yes, and we have fears that if we keep growing at Central, we're going to be overcrowded there. So I know the board is working. We've been putting together a plan to see what we can do in that area.
Folks, we're talking to Dr. Tammy Garrett, the Bedford County School Superintendent, about various things going on in Bedford County Public Schools here. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
Hey, listen up. Kincaid's is currently having a big closeout sale on all furniture. Take advantage of deals on a huge inventory of name brands like Flex Steel, Jackson, Catnapper, Ashley, Ardent Home, and so much more. It's time to stop by Kincaid's and shop the huge inventory during their big closeout sale while supplies last. Buy local with Kincaid's, offering financing and free local delivery. Located on the Kincaid corner on Madison Street in Shelbyville. Kincaid Service Company, where service is their middle name. When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. It's that time of the month we're talking to Dr. Tammy Garrett, the Bedford County School Superintendent, about a plethora, and I have the spelling of it here, Dr. Garrett.
I saw that. Impressive.
Yeah, that is.
And the definition. And... Oh, it's a noun, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
Impressed.
Yes, we had somebody come in the other day and use this term, and the producer started laughing because I use it all the time, and so they gave me the explanation. The large or excessive amount of something is plethora, whichever way you want to say it. So we don't want to ask my English teacher daughter that because I'm sure I'm doing it incorrectly. So we were talking about, of course, the expansions at Liberty School, which is much needed. I'll be so glad we get rid of those portables at Liberty School.
Yes, and we are excited.
I know they're excited out there, too, for making that happen. And, of course, Thomas being able to expand their program. One of the things you usually mention when you come in here, and I'll ask you because you guys are the second largest employer here in Bedford County, you got any critical need vacancies for folks to work for the school system?
Right now it's bus drivers is our greatest need.
Yeah, when I see the director of transportation driving a bus, I know there's a need.
I have supervisors driving the bus right now. We've got to get some more bus drivers. We pay pretty well. It can be, $20-something to $30 an hour. You work 4 hours, you get benefits with that.
You get health insurance.
Yes, you
right?
do.
For you. I mean, anybody know a part-time job where you can get health insurance?
I do not, but you can with being a bus driver, and we will train you. We have a program where we can employ you, train you, get you tested.
Yeah, you never have to drive a bus in your life, right?
Correct. We'll get you trained. We have 5 training positions that are going all the time. So
okay, so folks, if you want a nice little income, part-time income that comes with benefits.
Yes.
And you want something rewarding, working with students and kids.
Absolutely. That's the first person they see and the last person they see every day. It is a rewarding experience, and we'll train you to do a good job.
I was telling Dr. Garrett ahead of time, because she mentioned this before we came on the air, that a friend of mine does it, and he retired from a full-time job. He loves it. He really does. He gets to know all the kids and the families and on his route, and they're kind of another surrogate parent away from home, just kind of helping them out. And so, folks, if you want to do that, I'm sure you can contact the Human Resources Office at 500 Madison Street.
Yes.
Right here, and talk to Neil Watson or one of his folks, and get you right in.
Yes, it's a great way to have a rewarding experience and get you some health insurance as well.
And I assume you normally always need special education teachers.
Yes, we need CDC teachers right now. And if you're a retired CDC teacher and want to come back to work, we've got a great program right now that you can draw your retirement and get paid.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. I'm sorry I jumped the gun there, Dr. Garrett, but you can draw your retirement and get paid,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Draw your retirement and get paid. Which, when the state of Tennessee does that, that means there is a critical shortage.
Yes, it is. And if you recall, special education, you can't get a permit. So the federal government will not allow that. So that's hard to fill those. But hopefully we can get those.
What Dr. Garrett's talking about is there's 3 different ways to get your teaching license here in the state of Tennessee.
Yes.
You don't necessarily have to have graduated with a curriculum degree. A degree with curriculum classes, but there's a way to do that. You're heavily supervised, but there's a way to. But you can't do that with special education, because those are monies that come from the federal government.
Yes, sir.
And they pay for those positions, and they have requirements that are different than Tennessee's,
yes.
right?
There's another one that popped into my brain that we are about to post that we may have some folks that are interested in. We received $877,000 per year. It's a grant called the Gear Up 4.0 grant. And what we will seek to hire are site coordinators. We will have 4 at Shelbyville Central, 2 at Cascade, and 2 at Community. And what this grant does, it will follow students that are currently in the 6th grade and currently in the 7th grade. And you teach them how to be successful in school through tutoring, through family nights, through working with the kids and their families. And the intent is try to get them to college or TCAT or the military after high school. And so we will provide them support from 6th grade on through their freshman year of college. And so we got this grant from the federal government.
So is this more intensive, I guess, career guidance counseling based?
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Like a college access.
Okay, that kind of level thing.
Starting in middle school, and they will follow you and help your family, help these students' families, and it's available to any student. And so I'm very excited. So our numbers of people who are doing something else after high school will go up.
I'm so glad to see programs like that and help, because when you're young like that, you don't necessarily know what you want to do, but you need some help and guidance, not necessarily to tell you what to do, but give you exposure to things that you may want to do. I know you guys do that 8th grade career fair every year with the partnership, where you expose your 8th graders to a whole plethora of different career fields and stuff out there at Celebration Grounds.
Yes.
Just another way of helping our students guide them towards becoming productive citizens here in Bedford County.
And this program will help parents, because I know with myself, my parents didn't graduate from high school and they didn't go to college, so they didn't know the steps to get me to college. I knew I wanted to go. So this person will guide these parents through that process.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned working with parents too.
Yes, and they will teach parents how to save money for college, how to do all the forms to get students in, what you'll need. So we're excited about this program.
Is this a new program?
It is a new program. We were eligible because I'm trying to think of the term. It was like an at-risk community, some kind of grant that only certain counties could apply for, and we were one of them.
Depends on certain demographics, things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad those opportunities are out there. Just like I'm glad the way the state does their TISA funding. We won't go into an explanation of that because people are going, what's TISA funding?
Yes.
Even though I know you explained it many times. And, but it does help us a lot, right?
Yes, it does help us, and it is based on the demographics and the needs of the student.
It used to be just like a flat amount, right?
Yes.
And so like Williamson County got the same thing we got.
Correct. So now it's student-based.
Yeah, not bad about Williamson County now, but, you know, they have different resources than we have.
They do have a lot of revenue we don't have.
Yeah, that we don't have. So I'm glad to see that. And anything else on the agenda? We're about out of time, Dr. Garrett, believe it or not.
Fast.
I know, we were flying through there, but I know you do have a school board meeting tonight. They're always the night of your radio show.
Yes, and we will have report cards coming out. Our first 9 weeks ended.
Okay.
We have parent-teacher conferences coming up on the 24th. So if you've not had an appointment set up, I encourage you to reach out to your child's teacher and get those set up.
That's so critical. I mean, you know, you can talk probably about parent involvement is just critical.
It
for
is.
The success of the student, right?
It is. A partnership between the teacher, the school, and the parent.
And I think most of the teachers I know, they really want to do that. They want to engage with the parents to help that student.
They
right?
do. And it is the expectation that we have as a school system for that to happen. So if that's not happening, please always come by my office, 500 Madison Street, and I'll help you if you're not getting the help that you need at the school. That's what I'm there for. So.
Roger, Dodger, that's the folks, and I assume usually, I guess, notification probably goes home through the students, some handout or something. That,
it does.
That sign up to do the parent. God, those kind of meetings have been around since I was a little kid.
Yes, coming up on the 24th from 2 to 6.
With grades coming out for the first session.
Yes, first 9 weeks, and I know they're all A's and B's. Hopefully.
That's because I'm not in school anymore. Anyway, but we appreciate you coming in today, Doctor. Anything else you want to talk about before we go off the air?
I think that's it. We're rolling on.
I know there's so much going on all the time in the Bedford County school system. The vast majority, it's good things. I mean, everything comes with other things too, but the vast majority of it's really good things. And I know folks really appreciate what you and your staff do. And when I say your staff, I'm talking about all throughout the school system and every school, because it does take a team effort to make that happen, and to watch the passion of a lot of those teachers helping these young people. It's just exciting to me to watch and look at, and we appreciate that, and I know folks here appreciate what you guys do to make prepare our students to be productive citizens here in Bedford County. Thank you very much for doing that.
You are welcome. We appreciate the community and the generosity and things that this community
a lot of support
does.
For the school system.
Yes,
there really
always.
is. And I do want to give a shout out to those folks that help the school system, not just with encouragement, but with money as well.
Absolutely. Really, recently we had somebody who reached out that's a parent, I think works at the Fly Arts Center, and said, hey, what can I do to help your third graders get ready for the TCAP? I mean, it just is amazing every day of people who reach out to me and say, hey, I want to get back.
That community involvement's critical.
Yes.
And we appreciate folks doing that. And if there's anything you guys want to, figure out, maybe something you want to do, contact the principal at your kid's school. If you don't have a kid in school, contact the central office. Their number's in the phone book.
Yes.
And they will get you pointed in the right direction. Folks, early voting has started here in Bedford County. If you go to the courthouse annex, the Bedford County Courthouse Annex, which is on the square, that's the old Regents Bank building, and go to the basement. You can park around back on the other opposite of the square and early vote. The turnout, Wayne Hitchcock was talking about it on his show beforehand. Turnout's been fairly significant, but this is your time to vote and have your say on who you want to get elected. And if you vote, you have a right to complain. If you don't vote, so get out there, folks.
True.
No matter who you're voting for, get out there and vote and make it happen. And early voting has started here in Bedford County, in the state of Tennessee. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. We have been talking to Dr. Tammy Garrett, the Bedford County School Superintendent. Until next time.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. Isn't it time you had a good night's sleep? People at their best get their beauty rest with a personalized Simmons Beauty Rest sleep experience from Kincaid's, who's always been your hometown source for top-notch customer care. From inner spring and plush to the luxurious Beauty Rest Harmony Collection, featuring pocketed coil technology designed to restore your sleep with individualized support. Call Kincaid's at 931-684-5662 and get your beauty rest with impressive selection of Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses today.
Start your day off right with the leader.
First things first.
Where's the radio?
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ.